Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Robbie Krager, the Flip-Flop Flipper. I almost forgot who I was, but I remembered just in the nick of time. And this is Alejandro Serrano. He is a young man who is now a real estate investor. You're a part of our Apex group.
Yes, sir.
And so this company that you've got, this is your real estate investing company, right?
Yes, sir.
You set this up to go out and conquer the world, to buy some distressed real estate and renovate it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about your story and give us a little bit of your background.
Of course. So I started looking into real estate when I ended my journey in trading in Forex. I was a little bit tired of losing money and being on the urge of just making it through this market. It's a really complicated system. So I found out about real estate when I asked Google for ways to make money. That was
Really?
it. Yes.
All right, so that's the best way that I've ever heard someone to find real estate. I found it late night watching an infomercial.
Nice.
And it makes sense that you would find it on Google.
Yeah.
Or ChatGPT now.
Yep.
Yep, that's awesome. And so you're local, you're from the island of Puerto Rico?
Yes, sir. I am from Calle. It's a smart pueblito in Puerto Rico, a really cold place. Rains a lot.
We went and visited one of your projects actually in Calle, right there by where you grew up, I think. Did you say your parents still live there?
Yes, in the gated community on front of one of the projects that I'm working on right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And guys, we just like to talk to entrepreneurs, especially on the island of Puerto Rico, especially young Puerto Ricans that are trying to set their way in the world and become entrepreneurial, become successful.
Yep. That's it.
Did you go to college or anything?
I tried 3 times.
Okay.
It didn't work out.
Yeah. I think even if you're successful with going to college, it doesn't necessarily work out for a lot of people anymore. So we talk about the broken systems a lot on this channel.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that the entrepreneurial spirit, which you clearly have, you were doing Forex, now you're doing real estate. Once you've got that bug, you're in a better path. That's my belief. Even if you have setbacks, you said you didn't make money in Forex, but now you're doing real estate.
Yeah.
And I think that real estate's the way to go, guys. So what have you done so far with the real estate?
So I started with my first deal was actually this year. I found out about there was this guy that had a debt on child support debt.
Oh.
And I actually found out this distressed properties through Facebook Market. When I started just dabbling into real estate, I found about different ways that you could invest. There was wholesaling and then buying and holding or just flipping like you do. And that was actually my first idea. I was going to do wholesale.
Okay.
But I saw this properties. It was a bulk sale of this guy that had close to $100,000 on child support debt, and he had 5 properties. So basically, I made a deal with the guy to get the properties, and I sold one of them, liquidated the debt that he had, and had a little money on my pocket and just kept the other properties.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you kept 5, or you got 5. You sold one, which paid off his $100,000, and how much did it put in your pocket?
$65,000.
On your first deal?
Yeah, on my first deal.
Dude. I mean, come on. You guys got to give this a like for that. If you're out there watching these kind of videos, this is the story that you want to be telling as soon as you possibly can.
Yes.
So that's awesome. And I didn't know that. We hadn't talked about that before, but congratulations on that. So now where are you?
So $65,000 comes into my pocket. I have other 3 properties of the same deal that I gathered. So it's on Caguas. It's 2 separate units that have potential for 10 residential long-term apartments. And one of the 3 properties, it's in Yabucoa.
Okay.
It's a single-family home. And then the Calle deal, that's 16 units that we're working on right now, collecting rents and renovating.
Is this all the same guy? All the same seller?
No,
or no?
It's different sellers.
This is all different projects that you're in. You really like the creative stuff, though, I
do. And I didn't actually found this out until I found myself working throughout the whole process of the first deal, because I just thought about real estate being a straightforward business, actually just buying a piece of concrete, and I didn't actually have the idea how you did it until I finished the first deal.
Oh.
And I met with this investor on another platform talking about, dude, you're basically doing creative deals, and I was like, is that what I'm doing right now? Is that what's going on right now?
Yeah.
And yeah, that was it. So it was really interesting at the beginning.
We say this phrase all the time. You maybe have heard me say it, that real estate investors get paid to solve the problems of distressed sellers.
Facts.
And that's what you're talking about. Like we talk about where's the distress. The distress can be in the property or the distress can be in the seller. In this first case that you're talking about, which is just a phenomenal deal as I'm running it through my mind. You found a guy who's behind on child support.
Yeah.
So you solved that problem for him, and which is fabulous, by the way, because there's a kid out there that needed dad to step up, and so he was able to. And now you've still got 3 properties from that you can still make money on.
Yeah.
Do you owe him any more money on any of those? Or?
No, basically the properties don't have any debt. They just have cream that we're selling right now with the money that I had from the close of the 5 properties. And then basically the properties are owned by a Million Investors Group.
And are you going to fix them up and then sell them, or fix them up and rent them, or what's the plan with those other 3 from this first deal?
So one of them, I would like to sell it. The Yabucoa property, I'm looking to sell it for to the tenant that's in right now. She's been there for at least 10 years. And there's like incentives that the government gives out to people with like low income or something.
These vouchers.
The vouchers. And she's been pre-qualified, and we're working to sell the property to her. And the Caguas deal, basically, I want to hold them to rent it out long term.
Man, what a great first deal, though. So 65 grand in your pocket. You're going to help a person who's been a tenant in that house for 10 years become a homeowner.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, probably at the end of the day, 10 years from now, the best part of this deal will be that. You'll see whenever you can help someone to become a homeowner, that's just that's a completely fulfilling thing.
Yeah.
So way to go on that, too.
Thank you.
Great, man. And then you're going to have some residual monthly recurring revenue from rents on the last property.
Yep.
Which, by the way, you could sell for more cash or refinance. What's the property you're going to sell to the tenant? What's the deal? How much do you sell it for? And how does the voucher work?
So right now, the property, I wanted to sell it for 100 grand.
Okay.
And she was been pre-qualified for 90,000. So it's not that bad. The market in that area is working its way to get to a higher standards. It's a barrio in Yabucoa. And she has been on this process for like 3 months at least to get pre-approved and to like you do this interviews and everything that she has to go through. And we haven't closed yet. She actually sent me the voucher earlier this week.
Oh, so she just got it?
Yeah, she just got it.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations.
Thank you. So we have to talk about how we're going to close and gather my attorney to meet with her and do the whole process.
How much is the voucher that she has?
90,000.
Oh, she's got a voucher for the whole thing. So she's getting a free house.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a great deal for her.
And all you have to do, it's great for you too, and you have to help her go through the process, and it takes a long time. But because of the way you bought the property, you're sitting in a position that you can afford to wait. Right. Is she paying you rent along the way?
She is under market, but she is paying $500 every month. So it's not bad.
And how long ago did you buy this house?
Earlier this summer, I bought the house, like the whole.
So just a few months ago. Just a couple months ago, maybe. So you're getting $500 a month now. You've got a built-in buyer who's going to become a proud homeowner.
Yep.
You're using the voucher system on the island of Puerto Rico that everyone says is absolutely impossible. It's not. This guy's doing it. So that's awesome too. What do you guys think about that? Leave a comment and tell me what you think. So tell us more, because every time you open your mouth, I'm just like, oh my God, you figured this shit out.
Funny part is that I really didn't thought about this until we were talking about later on the deal. I was like, man, I just did this investment real estate thing and have all these properties on my own. What do I do now? And that's when I found out Apex and started connecting with the community. That's the key aspect that I was lacking, because I like to keep control to myself. I like to gather everything that I do, everything that I can do by myself. And man, you just need people with the same perspective as you to keep growing, and that's what we're doing right now. And I
Yeah.
appreciate your community for that.
Is a million, is that just you, or do you have partners in it? Or
It's just me for now.
uh-huh.
I would love to reunite different communities like Apex and other communities here in the island to be able to do a community on my own and actually integrate people locally and people externally from the island to just invest in this beautiful industry, because it's the only way to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, that's you just kind of told the people what we're building there with our communities that start here on this YouTube channel. By the way, hopefully your guys are subscribers, but it all kind of boils down to a group like Apex at the bottom of the funnel, if you will, is where we're doing deals together, and partnerships are happening. And guys, if you're in the group, you should reach out to this guy because he's finding great deals. You need money though, right?
Yes, we do.
I mean, money does kind of help you to do the next thing.
It kind of does.
I say all the time, money's not the most important part of the real estate transaction, and what you've just said, I think, proves that. You didn't have to have a ton of money. I'll go back to where you got the $100,000 originally, but first, now as you want to move forward and do the next deal, you do get to a point where you're going to have to find money. So it does become an important part of the deal at some point. It's just not the most important part when you're starting. Back to the start of your deal we've been talking about. What did you do to get the $100,000 to pay off the seller to solve his problem? You sold his house or sold one of them?
One of them. So he had a property in Humacao, and it was a really distressed property. I thought about first doing like owner financing deal, being myself the owner, and then having a little bit of money coming in each month, and then having a down payment to reinvest. But I met this guy in Humacao. He's a local investor. He has a lot of properties in Humacao.
Okay.
And I found out a lot of people, like I met a lot of people along the way, including Emmanuel, and that he actually called me at the beginning when I first gathered the deal that I had on myself. He wanted to wholesale it, and he made a connection with this guy in Humacao, and he just called me at the middle of the night and say, "Hey, are you Alejandro?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up? What do you want?" And he's like, "Yeah, I have a property next to yours, and I want to. I've been trying to buy it ever since I bought the property next side, and because he wanted to just bulldoze it and do like parking. So that was basically it. I spent like 2 months, 3 months gathering every information that I could to make this deal happen, and then at the middle of the night, just some random guy called and said, "Hey, I want to buy the property." So that's how it went.
This is an amazing project, and I don't know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How much money did you need to have out of pocket when you went under contract with the seller?
I had no money, actually.
Okay. Tell us how that worked.
So to make the deal happen, I needed $5,000.
Yep.
To do like the title work with the lawyers. And that same $5,000, it's what I took as a down payment from the buyer on Humacao, and I just transferred the money, and he gave it to me, and I gave it to the attorney to make the deal happen, and that's just how it went. Like
You see what I'm saying, guys? You can do this. You don't have to have a whole bunch of money. You have to be creative. I think, Alejandro, probably your biggest gift, and I've only known you a short time, but you're a very creative guy.
Thank you.
You're constantly thinking about these things, and we've even had conversations about another project that you're working on and how you can creatively make that one work.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to tell us about? Is there another project out there that you're looking to find a partner on, or that you just want to sell, or whatever?
Okay, so the deal in Caguas, it's a really sweet deal actually. We want to raise capital for each building.
Okay.
The building is debt free, so we own every part of equity on that project.
And there's 2 buildings.
It's 2 buildings.
And how many units in the buildings?
So it's 15 rooms. We want to scatter them into 5 apartments on one building, 5 apartments on the other building.
So 10 total units.
10 total units. That's right. And then there's like land on the middle of the 2 buildings that has been basically not claimed for 40 years. So I was talking to my attorney about claiming the middle part of the on the two buildings
Okay.
to use it as parking as
Oh,
well.
wow. Okay.
And that increases the value of the property because it's in the middle of the Caguas Pueblo.
So we have a lot of people in our group that love Caguas,
Mhm.
right? I don't think you're going to have a problem having people lined up to come talk to you about it.
Nice.
What's it going to take the properties from where they're at now to where they'd be 10 units?
So first we would have to organize the bedrooms basically because the previous owner used it as a really short-term rental by room.
Oh, wow. Like a hostel.
Yeah, like a hostel. It was a
Okay.
mess. I saw it. It was a mess. So we actually need to integrate bathrooms on each floors
Yeah.
because there's like one bathroom per floor.
Yeah.
So
You're going to need 10 bathrooms.
basically,
Five
yeah.
per building.
Mm-hmm. So we have to scatter the bedrooms and basically unite them and do the separate units to have 3 on the floor and 2 on the bottom or however we do it.
Right.
Just segregate them and bottom them up.
And how much do you think that renovation is going to cost?
So the reno, it's going to be as I want it. It's going to be like 83,000 because I want to include AC. Basically, what I have in my mind is to include every aspect that you need in order to move into a space because we have this issue in Puerto Rico that property owners want to rent the space with lacking amenities, like just being as is. You get a room for top dollar money, and what I have in my mind is to include every aspect that you need to move and have the ability to rent it out on top money. So 83 grand. We're estimating on the rehab, and there's that on cream that's like $6,000. So we're rounding it up to 100 grand to have it coming good.
And so if someone came to you and said, "Hey, I want to partner up with you. You take care of all the renovation and get it rented out. I'll give you the 100 grand." What does your partnership look like?
So I would actually like a silent partner, like we're mentioning right now, to do a bridge loan because I would like to refi eventually and have the 100% ownership of the project. But it would be basically as a bank allows you to do interest payments from day one, and then split of the upside.
So, you would do a split of the upside.
Of course, yeah.
You'd make payments on the money at 10 or 12% or something, and then give a percentage of the upside.
Why not? I mean,
I love it.
The guy, the person, it's willing to help, and that's the most important part. So, that would be it.
So you came to Apex because of the phone call that you had with Emmanuel. You talked about Emmanuel. Emmanuel is kind of our star pupil. He did $40,000 on his first deal, which was great. Now you did $65,000 on your first deal, but I don't think you were a part of Apex at that time.
No, I wasn't.
But now you're going to do a deal, and hopefully you'll do lots of deals with our community.
Of course.
How have you found your time with us?
It has been amazing because difference on Apex community is that people are actually willing to connect. It's not superficial.
Yeah.
So people do call you whenever you reach out or want to be reached out, and the experience that we had on your McMansion and San Juan was amazing because you actually do the networking. You just don't go to see a guy stand up in front of the room and just talk a lot. You actually connect and you meet people and you gather different perspectives about investing and about anything, man, and that's really, really amazing.
Yeah. And so then, I appreciate that, by the way, but if you were telling someone out there who's watching YouTube and maybe they've been thinking about becoming an entrepreneur or a real estate investor, what advice would you have for someone who's in that spot where you were maybe a few years ago?
First of all, I would say to be persistent because everything in life comes to wanting it really hard. Just keep digging and digging until you eventually find your spot in what you want to do. Investing in real estate is a big world. Like you could do anything that you really like to do, and you eventually find your avatar or find your spot in the community. And whenever you find that spot, or if you haven't found that spot yet, definitely join a community because it helps you a lot. it helps you to, as we were mentioning, gather a lot of perspective. And if you're lost, then it's definitely going to be the funnel into your success eventually. Along the way, you're going to need it.
Yeah.
So that'll be it. That'll be my...
I appreciate I like that advice a lot, guys. And one thing that I would do differently if I was starting out is I would be joining as many communities as I can. Like this idea that your net worth is your network. And that's not something that I came up with. That's something that you hear lots of people say. But
facts.
If you are around a whole bunch of people that work for minimum wage and tell you that you can't do stuff and that you're never going to be successful, that's no good. You got to get away from those Chicken Littles and get into a group of people that are going to lift you up, that want to come along for the ride, that are willing to partner, willing to share ideas, and that's what you can find. Maybe it's your local RIA. Maybe some of you want to join us in the Apex group.
Definitely. That's something, now that you mentioned, that's something really, really important, because when you start on the journey of investing, you are gathered with people that don't have that mentality, and it does drain you a lot.
Yeah.
At least it drained me. Like, I was surrounding myself with people that really didn't understand what I was going through.
Yeah.
And when you finally join the community, you feel refreshed because people speak your language and you don't feel crazy no more. So it's like, damn.
And if you do something, lose your money in Forex, there's someone else there beside you saying, hey, that happened to me too, but now I've got this really successful buzzbusiness. It's going to be all right.
It's going to be all right. Just hang on tightly.
You're not losing if you're learning.
I'm going to flip the script. If you were starting out from the beginning, you probably get this a lot. If you're starting out, no money, and looking at my history, what would you do differently on my space?
Oh, wow. Man, I think you've kind of hit it out of the park from what you described. I don't know that I can tell you this. My starting out didn't look like your starting out.
Okay.
My starting out went way worse. So you're starting out, to me, I'm just listening to it and thinking like everything that could go right for you has gone pretty well for you. I don't know that I'd do anything differently. I think you said earlier in the video to have this desire to do something, having this burning desire and starting is really huge, really key. Being in community with people, obviously education is great. But I think the most important thing about starting out as a real estate investor or any kind of entrepreneur is have even the worst of plans and just start.
You need that.
And just freaking start. You don't have to have a whole bunch of money. You don't have to have it all figured out. You can figure out all of the stuff along the way. And the story that you told about your first deal where you bought this group of properties, you're still figuring out what to do with them.
Yeah.
If you had tried to be perfect, you probably would have never done that deal because it would have been like, oh, this is daunting. This is just too big. You took it a bite at a time, and you've had a tremendous success. So good job, first of all.
Thanks,
I don't think you should have done anything differently. You did it really, really well.
Thank you.
And the last thing I'll say about that is there's nothing you need to change about your story because your story and the way that you did it is what leads you to where you are now. And I think you're set up to have massive success in the future. You're way more creative than I was when I was starting out. I didn't know what I didn't know, and I was willing to start, but I wasn't thinking about seller financing. I wasn't even thinking about solving problems for people. I was just thinking about how do I put food on the table for my wife and kids. And so I started because of that. I jumped in with both feet, but you've got a creative thought process in your being that it's pretty evident and it's very attractive. So very good job.
Appreciate that. Now it's way better that everything that I have done from the beginning till now, it's like you're saying, it led me to this exact moment that I'm in right now, and I wouldn't change anything. So that's really, really amazing. It's just starting out and figuring it out as you go. And being persistent. That's it.
And guys, he could do it. I could do it. You could do it.
Of course.
Yeah. So listen, I want to hear more of your stories as they come about, more of the successes, and I can't wait to hear what happens next, man. Good job.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Robert.